Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe.
Come on in, family. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Welcome to the Daily Spark. And most importantly, please, man, I want some conversation. If you are in and you're listening, regardless of what you're listening on, type in Ashe. Because I know we all spell it different, but I will know. Type in Ashe if you feeling anything that you hear. Family, we are trying to build here at Gye-nyame, and we are on the Daily Spark. And before I jump in and jump off script, I want to say great Ujamaa to each and every last one of you. Man, and I know it's going to be a great emoji, so a great Ujamaa, so I'm going to just, we got to ride it out. Family, listen, I am being from all sides, and it's all good because I'm working towards something, right? I'm building towards something, and often to do that, you have to go and put yourself in situations that are very, very uncomfortable. And right now, I am in an uncomfortable position. But like I said, we're moving forward. We're growing. And we can see a little bit of progress. And even if progress is not there, I am doing what it is I want and I desire. And more importantly, I need. All right, so family, we are going to move forward into Ujamaa, but before we leave Ujamaa, I want to make sure that we say the proper goodbyes to the ancestral algorithm from Ujamaa. Now, family, this algorithm was on point, and I hope that you use it. If not, we'll be back to it before the end of the year, hopefully for the end of the year, right? Actually, I'm sure we'll be back to it. But the algorithm was, I am a builder of systems, not just a survivor of them. I am a builder of systems, not just a survivor of them. I am a builder of systems, not just a survivor of them. That is the one that we are saying goodbye to. We want to give it a round of applause because that was a powerful algorithm. And I had to refer to it. Family, I'm holding on, right? Building and building. Now, remember, the only way we grow is if we grow. Now we're moving into the algorithm for Ujamaa, right? So get ready. There we go. All right. I'm sitting up here. I'm in the wrong space. That's me, not you. All right. So let me give you that, the haikus that I've been working on. Thinking about personal stuff, thinking about what's going on in the world. When you are drowning, you are not able to serve anyone but self. At least that is the plan. Now, family, remember, this system is designed to race towards the bottom. to get the cheapest for the least amount of money. So your job pay will descend as competition increases, right? They will find ways to try to put you in holes to where you have to be able to work to basically live, right? And I want you to look around you, right? Because like certain things in a society that in other places are looked at as human rights, the right is not done over here. And what's even more crazier, when we talk about America being a Christian country, right? I mean, listen, I'm just saying, right? Housing. Now, as I take my walks, right, downtown and through a lot of these trails, I see a lot of homeless people, and I know this is just Columbus. When I was in Atlanta maybe 2 years ago, and I just walked because the young people went to a museum. I didn't want to go to the museum. I walked to get something to eat, and I walked through an underpass, man, and it was like walking through somebody's living room, right? The system is designed to keep you broke and struggling and drowning. Just not all the way drowning, but just like if you in the water, you got to lift up on your toes so that you can breathe, right? And the goal is to keep you focused on you. And as long as you're focused on you and you not drowning, you don't have time to conspire with others. This is why they don't like unions. This is why they want to make sure that housing is not a right. This is why they want to make sure that medical care is not a right. But you know what I'm saying? It's the duty of America to go and bring democracy to other places. And what's even crazier is that housing, food, shelter, medical care are things that if you look into this religion that this country say that it is, all those are tenets or things that in a sense we should be helping each other with, right? I'm just saying. But hey, that's just, that's an observation. So when I'm writing these things, I'm writing from a personal perspective, but then I'm also looking at society and I'm like, damn, something's not right. When you are drowning, you are not able to serve anyone but yourself. That is the goal, right? That is the goal. And it's like, I refuse. You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to help in some form or fashion, I will, right? If I can't, I can't. But it's like, and sometimes even when I can't, I strive to help, right? All right, here go another one. The myth is the key. Control the flow of story and you never lose. The myth is the key. 5. Control the flow of story. 7. And you never lose. 5. That boy be haikuing, man. Listen. All right. Now, here's the final. That myth, because y'all know I'm on them myths, and I'm into those folk tales and those legends, because those, to me, are some of the most important technologies. And once you get the hang of it and you understand it, you can start seeing stuff, and in many cases, start being able to predict the moves of people and things because you understand the flow of stories, right? I'm not saying that mistakes don't happen and that you ain't gonna get suckered. You know what I'm saying? It's always a new form of story, or you know what I'm saying? But there's some basic shit that individuals have to go through in order to get those stories. All right, now, last one. And I want you to listen to this one closely. We are witnessing the collapse of a system that feasts on our souls. We are witnessing, 5, the collapse of a system, 7, that feasts on our souls. Right now, if you look out what's going on in the world, family, right? I mean, because I'm at a point now with everything being broadcast and everyone being able to grab onto certain little talking points, people are starting to understand that a big scam has been going on, right? Because I want you to think about this, man. Well, I keep going back to this. I remember one time I think I was driving to Virginia, and I used to listen to a show called Coast to Coast. And they put on a speaker. This was after 911, right? They put on somebody who was speaking, and he said the goal of 911 was to collapse America, because they said if we spent $2 million to bomb these towers, y'all spending $200 million to $1 billion to try to get at us. Damn, that's a hell of a. If I was, if I was investing, right, that's a hell of a strategy. I'm gonna get you to spin yourself into a hole, right? Now, let's look at what's going on today. We got countries, USA and Israel, using $1 million missiles to take down $50,000 drone. I don't think they heard me. Something ain't right about that math. And then on top of that, many of you out there have medical bills that are piling up. You can't get medical care, right? But yet still America is still waging war, and you can't find a representative to say that medical care, at least medical care, is a human right. All right, cool. All right, how? Okay, cool. All right, let's just chalk housing up. You mean medical care? We can't get medical care in the country that's fighting for democracy all over the world. You know what I'm saying? For justice, the light on the hill. You mean the hill that everybody's trying to get to is one where every aspect of your life, you got to pay for it. Every aspect, you got to pay for it. And your country gets to wage war. So, all right, this is why Brother Hatim need a script. We are witnessing the collapse of a system that feasts on our souls. This shit is feasting. It's feasting. It's feasting. But the all-you-can-eat buffet is closing fast. And what we are witnessing is the collapse of the system, because people are starting really to wake up. And thank you, Internet, for spreading the word, right? So let's get into it right now. We about to get into the show. Family. Once again, I want to welcome you to the Daily Spark. And please make sure you like, subscribe, share, because the only way we grow is what? That's right, if we grow. All right, here is the official haiku for today. Unseen fangs remain. Value must be clearly shown, or you're firewood. Let me say that again. Unseen fangs remain. That is foreshadowing on the proverb that you will only know if you were in our Telegram group. All right, because the proverb for the day. All right, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Because like the people in the Telegram group get the proverb 2 days before. It's not important. Unseen fangs remain. Value must be clearly shown, or you're firewood. And the your is you are firewood, but I shortened it. Peace and blessing, tribe. Pull up a chair. We're sitting on a porch today looking at the cycle of Ujamaa in the year of Ujamaa, navigating the week of Kuji Chakalia. But today, the sun is shining on Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. For those of us that are initiated, Ujamaa, the color is green. If you look at the artwork and the little fancy cartoons that I'm posting up, usually when we When we talk about Ujamaa, people get all warm and fuzzy. They think about bake sales, community gardens, and buying black. And don't get me wrong, those things have their place, but the ancestors left us an algorithm that's a bit more grit and a lot less glitter. They taught us that my wealth increases as I help others increase theirs. Let's say that again. Type in Ashe if you felt that. The ancestral algorithm for the day says my wealth increases as I help others increase theirs. That's a specific cultural idea that comes from our people. My wealth increases as I help others in my tribe, in my family, others increase theirs. But they also dropped a proverb that should make your skin prickle. If a snake fails to show its venom, children will use it to be a tie for firewood. Think about that for a second. A snake is a creature of immense natural powers. It is designed to defend its territory and maintain its respect through the threat of its strike. But if that snake decides it wants to be approachable, if it perpetually hides its fangs, acts completely docile, and refuses to set a boundary, the world forgets what it is. Eventually, even a child in their innocence and ignorance will pick it up, right? Mistake it for a harmless piece of rope and use it for mundane, exhausting labor. Family, we have spent too much time being the rope. In our quest for community, we sometimes confuse Ujamaa with a lack of boundaries. We think a brother or a sister means we have to give our service away for free, or that we shouldn't charge a fair price for the acts, or for my fault, for Ashe. Read it wrong. For the Ashe, life energy, right? Because we exchange life energy too. That's part of Ujamaa, right? It's about collective. It's about cooperative economics, and economic is the study of resources, right? Ashe is a resource that we exchange, right? So you got people out here that's taking advantage of the fact that you want to exchange Ashe. They're taking your Ashe but not giving anything back, right? So let's read that again. And somebody type in Ashe if you understand what I'm saying, if you experience what I'm talking about, because we got those vampires out there that's trying to just suck them as much as possible. They're trying to extract, but they're never really putting anything back into the cycle, right? Because in order for us to build, we have to create a cycle, a flow, right? That flows like I'm flowing with that rope in that figure 8, right? That's and the more we do it, the more momentum we build and the more power we build to eventually, when we run up against something that's trying to block that flow, it knocks it out. It pushes it out the way, right? It destroys it if it need to. We think being a brother or sister means we have to give our service away for free, or that we shouldn't charge a fair price for the Ashe we put into our work. We think cooperation means we have to be soft. But if you don't show the venom of your value, the standard of your worth, and the price of your expertise, the market will use you to tie its firewood. Damn! Shots fired. Shots fired. Damn! I'm sitting up here struggling and I'm thinking about the skills that I have and the skills that I give away as a bonus of just knowing me. And I'm like, damn. Wow, shots fired. Damn, anime. All right. Let me read that again. Now, type Ashe if you feel that, right? But if you don't show the venom of your value, if you don't show the venom, if you don't erect your boundaries, the cooperation means we have been soft. But if you don't show the venom of your value, the standard of your worth, and the price of your expertise, the market will use you to tie its firewood. is firewood. It will exhaust you, burn you up, and leave you in the ash heap of exposure and favors. My fault. Wrong one. Wrong one. I'm so frazzled right now because, damn. See, I do this show for me as well. I'm getting something out of this too, right? I'm sitting up here like, wow. The market will use you to tie as firewood. It will exhaust you, burn you up, and leave you in the ash heap of exposure and favors. Come on, fam. True Ujamaa within the framework of Gye-nyame, because we're talking about, and I need you to understand how the Nguzo Saba stack work. You know, we got the year, we got the cycle, we got the week, and then we have the day, right? We could break it down to the hour, but I'm going to leave that for the future. I'm going to leave that for y'all, right? True Ujamaa within the framework of Gye-nyame means we define our economic value. We define our economic value. We define our economic value. It means we pull on our personal resources, internal and external, to build a foundation that can't be shaken. Wealth, as the player pyramid reminds us, is hard to get and even harder to maintain. It requires a certain level of bite. To reveal the true principle of Ujamaa today, we must apply the subtractive approach. We don't need to do more for people who don't value us. We need to release the narratives that make us exploitable. Wow. Scrape off the docility buildup. Many of us carry a false narrative that to be a good person in community, we must be a soft target, shed the need to be liked by everyone. A snake doesn't need to bite everyone to be respected, but everyone must know it can. Number 2, shed the scarcity guilt. Stop feeling guilty for charging what you're worth. When you undervalue your labor, you aren't just hurting your bank account. You're telling the tribe that our collective labor is cheap. Now, I want you to think about that. You're telling the tribe that our collective labor is cheap. Cut the noise of I'll do it for the culture when the culture has a budget for everyone but you. Somebody talk about saying, oh my God. Shots fired, shots fired. Get down. Shots fired. Share this with me. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Number 3, drop the weight of people pleasing. If your business or your talent is being used to tie firewood for people who wouldn't give you a match if you were freezing, it's time to show your fangs. Set your boundaries, define your terms. Shots fired. Oh. I don't even need to go no farther. I don't even need to go no farther. Oh my, I needed this morning, family. You don't know. You don't know. Oh my God. Listen, I be forgetting shit that oh my God, I be forgetting about this. Ooh, man. Take a breath with me. Remember, family, your wealth increases when you help others increase theirs. But you cannot pour from a cup that has been shattered by people who think you're just a piece of rope. Somebody say Ashe if you feel that. I mean, good goobity goo. Man, listen, fam. And if you old enough to know where good goobity goo comes from, please type it into the comments. Claim your territory. Show your value. Stand in your power. Ashe. All right, family. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, anime. For more information on this stuff, go to the author's page. I have an author's page on Amazon. And once we grow past that, you know what I'm saying? Because we need to go, I need to start divesting from Amazon. And You know what I'm saying? A lot of these big, because they are funding a whole lot of bullshit, right? But right now, you know what I'm saying? We can help each other a little bit and eventually build our way away from there. Get your Nguza Cyber Narrative Map, family. It is free. Find your way. Find your principology, as we like to call it here, your principology, right? You know what I'm saying? Know where you are in your principles. What's your principle, right? And speaking of that, become a support member of the Daily Spark, because the only way we grow is what? That's right, we grow. And also get your Rep Your Principle t-shirt. Rep your principle, family. Come on now. Grab your principle. Know what it is. I'm Coogee Chagalia all day, every day, right? Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? What's your principle, right? Hell, if you want to celebrate the principle of the year you was born in. I was born in the year of Umoja, right? Hey, I love the fact that I was born on the day of Coogee Chagalia. Ain't nothing like a Coogee Chagalia born. But anyway, that's just my that's my stuff, not yours. All right, and also join the Daily Spark Telegram group. Family, listen, in there, you have access to the algorithm of the day, the proverb of the day, and also other people that you can have general discussions with, right? In fact, I need to post up something about the ancestral algorithm, because I found out something about today's algorithm that I want to share. But yo, let's go to here.
It's the proverb. I like
the song, but it's proverb of the day. Just in case you missed it, the proverb of the day is: if a snake fails to show its venom, children will use it to tie firewood. Now, you heard what I had to say about that today. I want to know, what does it mean to you? And guess what? You are now listening to Gye-nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.